What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation, back again with another video here on YouTube on my channel, Will Motivation, where we like to share our experiences owning supercars like this here Ferrari F8 Spider, which I recently purchased about almost a month ago. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely stay tuned to that video. But what are we talking about today? We are talking about the crazy hoops you have to jump through in order for you to own a Ferrari. The rules, basically, how hard it is to buy a new Ferrari. But let's start out first talking about why is it so hard to buy a new Ferrari and what is the big deal? Like, you would think that you could just walk into a dealership, say that you want to buy a new Ferrari, and automatically be able to buy that Ferrari. But as many of you may have heard, there are some crazy rumors, crazy rules about, for example, you can't own a Lamborghini at the same time that you own a new Ferrari. You can't modify your Ferrari or they will send you a cease and desist letter. And you can't just be an average Joe and buy a Ferrari. You got to be like a VIP or a special individual to be able to buy a brand new Ferrari. So in this video, we're going to talk about how hard it was for me to buy this Ferrari, what rules I have to abide by, and stipulations for owning this Ferrari, and just get into the real truth of the matter and what really happened when I bought this brand new Ferrari. Now, this Ferrari is a 2023 Ferrari F8 Spider that I spec'd at the dealership. So this is my specification. It cost me $422,000. And here's the reason why there's such a big deal about buying a new Ferrari. The reason why is I paid $422,000 for this Ferrari, which is the sticker MSRP price. But most all new Ferraris, when you buy them, they're automatically worth more than that at the time they're produced brand new and they come to the dealership. So my dealership could have sold this Ferrari for around $525,000 brand new from the dealership. But because I ordered it and it's my specification and I was lucky enough to be able to buy this car, I am up about $100,000 in value. That is where all of the craziness comes from when it comes to buying a new Ferrari. And that's where all of these rumors come from, because the people that actually determine who gets to buy a new Ferrari is not actually Ferrari, the manufacturer. So it's not Ferrari that's making all of these crazy rumors and rules and stuff. It is actually the different dealerships that have the right to sell a brand new Ferrari, because that dealership knows whoever gets that Ferrari, it's almost like they're getting free money in most scenarios, because the Ferrari is going to be worth more than what they pay for it when the car comes in. So the dealers actually come up with their own different rules and regulations and reasons for why they choose a specific person to get a car. And that's where all of these crazy rules and stuff come from, because I am proof of this scenario and what really happens. So in my case, here's what happened when I actually bought this Ferrari. I had never bought a new Ferrari before in my life. I had a used Ferrari F12 that I didn't buy from the dealership, so the dealership didn't care anything about that, to be honest with you. But I heard about the Ferrari 296 GTB coming out, and I was like, okay, maybe this is my chance to get a new Ferrari. I'm gonna walk into the dealership, Joe Schmo. They didn't, I didn't think they knew who I was. I didn't have any reputation or history with the dealership. Walked in the dealership thinking I'm gonna buy a 296 Ferrari GTB. When I got there, we talked about it. I said, hey, so I heard all these different things about buying a Ferrari, how hard it is, like what do I have to do? What rules do you guys have for me to be able to get a new Ferrari? And they basically said, well, all you gotta do is have your down payment ready and be prepared to wait. But we can go ahead and order your new car now. We'll put you on the list to order the car. then you can spec the car. You can come in and choose the design of your car. And then as soon as we get an allocation, which is a real key word when it comes to a new exotic car, is an allocation, just like those Corvette allocations and stuff. But as soon as they get an allocation and it's your place in line at the dealership, then you will actually get your order placed with Ferrari, the manufacturer, and then they'll build your car and then they'll ship it to the United States and you get your car. Okay, so that's what they told me when I went to the dealership. And so what happened with me, I asked about the Ferrari F8 Tributo at the time, this was almost a year and a half ago. I said, hey, is it too late to get a Ferrari F8 Tributo? I heard that you couldn't get them. You know, I talked to some other people that were trying to get them and stuff. And they were like, no, actually, if you wanted to get a Ferrari F8 Tributo, it's at the end of production, but we can still get your order in for a Tributo and you would get it long before a 296 GTB. So what did I do? I said, hey, well then let me order a Ferrari F8 Tributo because I like the way it looks better than the GTB. It had a V8, the GTB had a V6 turbo, and I like the V8 turbo a little bit better. And so that day that I walked in the dealership and asked them what was the process to buy a new Ferrari, that day they took my order and I had to put down a $10,000 deposit. And the deposits can be different from every dealership. And that entire process that I just described can also be different from one dealership to another, depending on how many people are already in line for that particular model of Ferrari. So if you go to a dealership, like in a big market like Los Angeles, for example, and you want to get a brand new Ferrari in Los Angeles at the dealership, there's already 100 people waiting for that same car that you want, then of course the dealership is going to have the option to be as picky as they want on who they're going to give their allocation to, because they might not get 100. All right, so we're right by the airport. Say goodbye to our friends on that flight. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. All right, so yeah, if a dealership has a whole bunch of orders, the dealer can be real picky on who they give the car allocations to. So what happens is some of these dealers were getting like giving Ferrari a bad name by doing all kind of different reasons and rules on who they're going to give allocations to on a dealer by dealer basis. So that's where all of these rumors started about these crazy hoops you have to jump through in order to, order a new Ferrari. And so my particular dealership here in Ohio, Midwestern Auto Group, they didn't have all of these crazy rules and regulations and crazy stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. In my local city, in the supercar scene and the car show scene, and I have this YouTube channel, my reputation did precede me. They actually, the cops might come and talk to me, so we're gonna see about that. Cops is over there, just pulled up. All right, so maybe we'll have a nice little thumbnail for the video. But anyway, my reputation preceded me. They knew who I was when I came into the dealership, and that probably helped me a little, when I'm just guessing, that might have helped me, that I'm someone that they know if I buy the car from them, it's going to be some exposure for them. And also I'm going to keep the car and use it on my YouTube channel. And I'm not like a car flipper that's just going to buy the car because it's new and then I can turn around and sell it. So maybe that helped me in my case because they actually did know who I was at least a little bit. So that might have helped me a little bit. But I actually went right into the dealership. I ordered a Ferrari F8 Tributo. And now, here's what happened next. I waited about a year. And Ferrari, the factory, canceled my order. And now, the dealership was nice to me when my order got canceled. So I put a deposit down. I didn't get the car. And so I was basically stuck without a vehicle. So I was a little bit worried about it. But the dealer came through. They said, hey, we may be able to get you an F8 Spider allocation because somebody canceled their order. And I had been waiting almost a year already for my F8 Tributo, but they weren't making any more. Ferrari wasn't making any more. They weren't taking any more orders. And they got me an allocation for an F8 Spider. And then I got my car. But I was basically Joe Smo walking from off the street. Okay, maybe I wasn't Joe Smo because I do YouTube or whatever. So maybe that helped me. But the impression I got is basically anyone can go in there as long as they're ready to put their deposit down and wait. They can get in line for a car, but you got to hope and pray that you actually get an allocation from the dealership so that you can get your car, and then you can actually be up in value on your investment. Because when I got this car, like I said, the going rate for one of these cars with the spec that I have is over $500,000, but I paid $422,000 for this vehicle. But this is where all of that craziness comes from around buying a Ferrari. It comes from the different Ferrari dealerships and all the rules and regulations that they come up with. So if you want to buy a Ferrari as an investment and you want to buy a new Ferrari, you have to build a relationship with the local dealer so that they see you as a serious buyer, and they see you as someone that might be a repeat customer, someone that's not a car flipper, someone that's going to buy the car, be a champion for the brand, and take care of the car, come to car shows. It's going to be a win-win for everybody, right? So you build that relationship with the dealership, and then hopefully you get your car. But technically, there's Ferrari, the manufacturer, is not saying you got to jump through a whole bunch of hoops in order to get their car. Now, once you get the car, let's talk about mods and some of these things, like where people say, well, Ferrari won't sell it to you if you're going to modify. If you modify it, they're going to send you a cease and desist, or if you buy it, then you got to keep it for a certain amount of time or whatever. Well, when I bought this car, I did not sign any papers. Now for Lamborghini, I did, but for Ferrari, I didn't have to sign any papers that said I was going to keep it for a certain amount of time before I sell it. I did not sign anything like that coming from Ferrari. However, the dealership can decide whether or not they want to sell you another car if you were a flipper. So let's say I bought this car from the dealership and I immediately turned around and sold it for a profit, and they sold it to me for MSRP. They might not sell me another car because they see me as a car flipper that's just trying to make money off of taking allocations. So the dealership could decide to ban me from ever buying a Ferrari again from that dealership. Now, as far as modifications, it is true that if you modify a Ferrari, they don't like that. So if you change the rims, you tune it, you put the full exhaust on it, which I've done that in the past, they will void your warranty. That's how they basically get back at you. They say, you bring this car in here and you've modified the wheels and stuff, then your whole warranty could be gone forever after, because they don't want you to change the dynamics of the car, and then they have to cover your warranty, and maybe what you changed could have broke the car, and they don't like that. That's true. But you can go ahead and do it if you want to, and you will not necessarily get a cease and desist. I modified my Ferrari F8 Tributo. Ferrari they couldn't tell me anything. It's my property. I bought the car, and as long as I wasn't doing anything with their brand, like the Ferrari logo, and doing something like crazy to mess with their brand. Well, if I modified a car, it's my car. So no, I never got a cease and desist for modifying my F8 Tributo. But I am not sure I'm going to modify my brand new F8 Spider because I want my warranty to stay intact. So yeah, but I didn't have to sign any papers. I didn't have any weird, legal stuff I had to do, but I mean, the dealership did tell me, hey, you might not want to modify this car because Ferrari will void the warranty for something as little as changing the wheels. So, okay. All right, they did give me that warning, but no, I didn't sign anything on paper. There wasn't no craziness. So it's pretty much just like buying any other car, except you just really got to wait, and you really got to depend on your dealer to give you an allocation, which is very similar to what's happening with a lot of popular cars like the Corvette C8 Z06. Everybody's fighting over allocations. You might not get one, you might get one depending on how much you're willing to pay. The dealerships are charging crazy premiums. The good thing about buying a Ferrari is the dealer, make sure you subscribe to my channel for interrupting my video. Subscribe up there, turn on that airplane Wi-Fi. But anyway, yeah, the good thing about Ferrari is they didn't charge me any markup on the car. I paid MSRP for it, and and now I'm up in value on this car as long as I don't put in too many miles on it. Right now I have about 300 miles on the car, And probably by the end of the summer, I'm guessing I'll have 600 miles on the car. And I'm gonna just keep the mileage low. No road trips, unfortunately. Check out that interior, man. That interior is nasty. I got all this carbon fiber on the car. If you haven't seen this car before, here's a quick look at it. It's got all this carbon fiber. That's what made the price go up. That's carbon. The entire diffuser on the back below here. That entire diffuser is carbon fiber. It's probably like a $30,000 option. When I added that, it took my price over 400 grand. Before I added that rear diffuser, the price was like 390,000. Carbon fiber on the front. Those wings are carbon. That whole entire insert there in the front is carbon. This wind tunnel aerodynamic piece in here is carbon. I think I went a little overboard on the carbon, but it'll be good for resale. So yeah, there's my new Ferrari. That's what I had to go through to get it. A lot of rumors out there that are not true, but they could be true depending on the dealership. So if you talk to a crazy dealer that's got 1,000 orders, they can say whatever they want. But you talk to a dealership that maybe just started, they only got a few orders for new cars, then they'll work with you. You go in there, you get your money right, you can order the car. The car comes in, you got your financing together, or you pay cash, it's your car. And you should be good to go. You just gotta make sure they don't charge you any markup. But in my experience, no markup, just equity. So that's how you get your new Ferrari. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it interesting or of value, I do a lot of videos like this on my channel talking about supercar ownership. And I got a lot of videos coming on the channel on the Ferrari F8 Spider, on my 2023 Lamborghini Evo, on my brand new project car, which is going to be a supercar slayer. I'm going to go pick it up this Friday from Miami, Florida, and it's going to probably surprise a lot of people, but it's going to be a car under $100,000 that should slay just about every supercar, you know, unless it's a hypercar or something, or I mean, it should even slay a 720S. All right, so you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to modify that car on the channel. It's going to be a project car. Should be a lot of fun. But I do a lot of videos like this just to kind of open people's eyes and share my experiences owning different supercars like this brand new Ferrari F8 Spider 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, please hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Yo, today's video is sponsored by AirFit. Wearing one of the t-shirts, a shirt with a story. Definitely check out the description of this video if you want to check out some Superfly gear from a company with a purpose. So shout out to AirFit. Thanks for the gear. I got 3 different shirts. I'll be wearing them in some upcoming videos. If you want to send me something, I'm also going to put the description. I'm going to put my address in the description of this video to my office. If you guys want to send something in, have me sport it in the videos. All right. But shout out to AirFit. Check out their gear. Some gear with a purpose. All right. Check it out.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now, and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Wheel. I'm supporting them. You do the same.